What is going on, Swoopers? Welcome back to another episode of Swoop. In this episode, we'll be reviewing that practice match against the Giants. Let's get into it. So, on Sunday afternoon, Collingwood took on the Giants up at Giants Stadium for the first official practice match of the AAMI Community Series and the last practice match before the season kicks off in less than 10 days. In this game, we saw pretty much what our round one side might have looked like. Yes, we had Jeremy Howe out. Brody Mychek was out with illness as well. And, a couple of bits that could go either way with some of the players. But it was a first pretty good look out at what our team would look like going into round one and the 2022 season. Now, like I mentioned in the preview and in the other game preview and review against Hawthorn, it's a practice match. So all you really want to see is the boys is the new game plan that the coaches have put on, some of the players in the new positions, some of the new players as well. You want to see the team put up a good fight. The Giants are a really good side going into 2022 as well. We know that. So that's what I was mainly looking out for, just to see the little bits of the cogs starting to turn. It did. Bits and pieces were turning. Ultimately, we went down by 41 points, and like I said, it doesn't really matter. It's a preseason. Of course, you want to win all the games that you play, but you can't win them all, and I'm not too fussed about the loss, even though it was, 6-6 to 36. It was a 7-goal loss. What I am upset about, though, is, first off, the injuries that we sustained. Kruger went off concussed, so he'll miss 12 days. Patrick Lipinski will miss the next couple of weeks, or he'll be ready for round one, Collingwood came out and said, but he'll miss the next few training sessions with a sprained ankle. Nathan Murphy, there was rumours that he dislocated his ankle in that marking contest, so it's undetermined how long he'll be out, but he will be out upon further scans. And then, of course, the two reports that came out of that game. Nathan Kruger got reported for his hit on Callum Brown. That concussed him. So he got 1 week suspension. He'll miss round one. By that time of playing round one, it'll be 12 days since the concussion. So technically, he could play round one, but with that suspension, he'll get an extra week's rest. You can see why Collingwood didn't really dispute that at the tribunal. Coming out of concussion straight away, give him another week, and that'll all be good. The main one is Braden Maynard. Now, we've all seen the footage 100 million times. I'll play it again here. So as you can see, Braden Maynard, on first look, it looks horrendous. Looks like he doesn't get the ball. He just cleans up Lloyd. Lloyd gets knocked out. When you slow it down a bit, look, I'm not going to get too much into it, but when you slow it down a bit, Braden Maynard does get fist to the ball, but he does collect Lloyd on the aftermath of that spoil. Lloyd goes down, gets concussed, and that's why Braden Maynard gets suspended for 2 weeks. The AFL has now set a precedent with head-high contact and concussion for the rest of the season. So, yes, it sucks that Braden Maynard was made an example of, but I just want to see the consistency through the MRP throughout this whole 2022 season, because if there isn't, you will hear every single Collingwood supporter complain about it. Now, as for the game itself, there was, like I said at the start, there was a lot of things to like. Things that could be tightened up. One thing that could be tightened up is we nearly had 60 inside 50s for only, I think, 19 scoring shots, 8 goals, 11. Now, we know that our forward entry has been atrocious for the last couple of years, and maybe the boys are just, it has that lingering Buckley, Harvey sort of game plan, the old regime game plan when we're going inside the forward 50, and that's fine. It doesn't, it takes more than, how long's McRae been there for now? Less than 6 months to get that out of your system and put a whole new system in. It's a slow burn. McRae even said that it's going to take at least a year before we start seeing a bunch of results, with the new game plan going inside 50. But 60 inside 50s for 19 scoring shots, we need to do better than that, definitely. And it's all about lowering our eyes, hitting our targets, all the stuff that everyone sort of talks about. We just need to get better at that. A couple things I did like, though. Our half-back line was working very well. That's Scott Pennebury, Nick Dacos, Jack Crisp. They all gained over 500 meters each. So you can see that they've got a bit of that attacking prowess as well. Nick Dacos, best on ground, 31 disposals. He can match it with those big men. It just just crazy as a 19-year-old what he can do. But like I said, Dacos best on ground. Jack Cruz was really good. Pendlebury was really good in that halfback role. A little bit slow at times, but we know Pendles hasn't been really quick. He has worked on his speed throughout the preseason. Maybe that comes into play a little bit more. But I was liking what I was seeing from Pendlebury on that halfback line. I thought Josh Dacos did really well as well. And in saying that, I think the Brown brothers did really good. Tyler Brown, if he can be injury-free this season, I think he'll make a stake for our best 22. Probably by the mid-season, he'll be there. I really like how, I think he got 5 or so clearances. Callum Brown had 3 or 4 clearances. So the cogs in the middle. And it's do or die for, well, not do or die, that's pretty harsh. It's make or break for Callum Brown this season. I think they'd give Tyler another one, but it is make or break for Cal. So, we know that he can do it. We've seen him do it in the middle. He just has to go to that next level this year. One guy who I wasn't really impressed with, and it sucks to say, Steele Sidebottom. There was a lot of talk on social media about it as well. We know he didn't have a good season last season, and I thought playing on that wing or even as a half forward, he's going to show us more of what he used to be. Maybe he just doesn't have that anymore. I don't even think he is best 22 at the moment, from what I've just been observing, which sucks because, premiership player and stuff like that. But we've got a lot of new kids coming in, and I'd love to know your thoughts. Do you think Steele Sidebottom is a best 22 player going into season 2022? And also, Jordan De Gaulle is first hit out back since the end of last season of all those incidents and stuff, and, coming from that broken rib. I think he did really good. Look, he didn't get much of the ball, 17 disposals, 3 clearances though, and 1 very nice goal. So he's got it. He is our X factor this season. It was just good seeing him back out there and starting to do what we know that he can do best. It is going to be an interesting 2 weeks in the lead up to round 1. We've got Taylor Adams on the sideline, Brody Marchek, Patrick Lipinski, Jeremy Howe. Can all 4 of those guys get up for round 1? Look, Collingwood said that they can, and I think they will. Who comes in of the side, who goes out of the side? Now with Braden Maynard out for 2 weeks, Jack Madgen definitely stays his spot there. Will Kelly did okay in the VFL from all reports, so it looks like maybe he will go back into the back line. Does Trey Rusco stay in there? So many questions come out of this game, more than answers. So we will wait and see. But anyway, guys, this has just been my super quick review of the game. Be on the lookout for my Collingwood season preview and my AFL predictions video coming in the next 2 weeks. But until then, like, comment, subscribe, tell your family, tell your friends, tell your pets, and until next time, double checkers. I'll swoop you later.